Always use firemen, especially out in our rural areas, you know, where we don't have a lot of, we don't have no subdivisions or nothing like that. We could always use firefighters. They're hard to come by at this point in time. You know, I tell you, Randy, I've been doing it 38 years, been chief for 26 years, and the best thing I can tell you is when something happens and you're on the fire department like I have been, you can handle anything and you help your community. So if somebody's needing something in your area, you're fully capable of going and taking care of the situation. But it feels good to know that if they're in trouble, whatever the situation is, whether it's difficulty breathing or they have fallen or their house is on fire, vehicle's on fire, that we can get over there and take care of the situation, get it handled for them. We've had departments here in Daviess County since 1973, and you know, back then you had a lot of farmers and everybody, and you know, you had quite a bit on the fire department, you know, because everybody was local and they hung out at the store and they wanted to do what they do. Now everybody's so busy. It's hard to get volunteers, you know, because everybody, this younger generations, it's kind of like, what's in it for me, you know? And what's in it for you is satisfaction that you help your neighbor 2 miles down the road, 3 miles down the road, you know, maybe a kid drowning, you know, and you went and you rescued that child. Somebody in floodwater. You know, I could go on and on and on about, you know, what good it makes you feel. Not all the runs are good, you know, you feel bad when you leave them, but you're there for comfort for the family if it is one of them bad runs.
Knoxville is a community, it's a tight-knit community. We're really, really small, very rural, but we do need firefighters. Right now we have a roster of 17, and I'm looking to take on a few more.
There's so many people that are there that have been there so long, and you know, they really help out. It's not you there by yourself. There's always people there to help you. So without going into deep details, I couldn't tell you how many runs I've been on. You open that door to go into somebody's house or help them, you know, crawl up to a car or whatnot and see the smile on their face. It's somebody, you know, a lot of times, unfortunately, it is somebody you know, but you know, whenever they see somebody they know coming up to help them, it really makes them feel a lot better knowing that, you know, hey, that's somebody I know that's going to be here and help me.
It's really family oriented, yeah. And it's really an awesome thing to be a part of. And I will say this, you know, people always talk about the bad things that happen, you know, and what you might see and all that. You know, we'll ease you into that. That's not something that you're just going to come up and experience right from the get-go, because we do realize that serving in the volunteer capacity or even in the career capacity, it's not for everybody. But the thing is, we will ease you into that, and you'll be right there alongside, you know, people that have been in your shoes. You know, there was one time I was nervous. I didn't want, you know, a whole lot to do with, you know, seeing some of the things that you have to go and witness. But the thing is, whenever you do respond, you're taking somebody's bad day and you're potentially making it better. Yeah, we welcome anything. We welcome, if you think that you want to try it, come on. I think if you try it, I think you'd really enjoy it. I really did.
We can get all the equipment we need to, or we want to. We can get the greatest engines, we can get the greatest life packs, the entire bit. If we don't have people to put on a tank, to be able to drive that engine to when your life, your house is in jeopardy, it won't matter. So what we need, this is my appeal to each one of the Daviess County residents, no matter who you are. If you're 18 years old or over, volunteer. When you talk about a hero, become a local hero. Okay, because when things happen, when tragedies happen, floods, fire, whatever the case may be, you got a health problem. Okay, there are many people that panic, that run away. You become a local hero, you're going to run to that emergency. You're going to help your neighbor. You're going to be able to try to make sure that house is saved. Your children are saved. That's the big key. We have to have those individuals that want to become a local hero. You hear about it?
Welcome with open arms. I mean, we can use you.
Yeah. We'll train you. All you have to do is want to show up and you want to do it. You have to be community oriented. You want to do it for the county, for your community. That's what we're in it for. We do a lot of go out in communities to schools and stuff, let them see the fire department and see who we are. And we're not just there for your wrecks and medical emergencies.
Just go out and help your community. You volunteer your time on training, making runs, and you know, you'll come across some that who get you down, but majority of the time when you go out there and you know, some young person had an accident, you know that you saved their life, or even grandma, you know, made a fail and, you know, helped her get up, and, you know, whatever it may be, or, you know, a home burn, and think that you know, saved some of their belongings. It's a good feeling to feel like you're giving back to your community. They can go on our Facebook page, send us a message, or Tuesday nights. We have training every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Doors are open. Come on up, get you an application, fill it out, and you know, see if we can bring you on. Well, you know, biggest thing we hear is I don't have time. I don't have time. But I mean, I work full time. I farm on the side, and I run a fire department. You can make time. So do what you can for your community.
We do training on Tuesday nights. We are low staffed, especially in the daytime when everyone's at work. It's kind of hard to get anybody to show up. I always like to say the pay's not real good, but the benefits are worth it. You know, you get to help your community, help your neighbors whenever someone's in need, and it's nice. It makes you feel good about yourself and that you're helping someone else. There's been some times where you go, and then if you have a PR event at your fire department, it's like, hey, you ran on us the other day, thank you. And that's you don't remember it until they bring it up, and then once they bring it up, and it makes you really feel a whole lot better. You know, thank you, and we're open doors for anybody who wants to come out in Stanley.
Sure. If they want to apply for our department, all they have to do is go to our website, which is airportsargofd.com. There's a place on there that you fill out a form for an application, ask you some basic information. It emails to us. We review it. We can run a background check on you, and then we'll contact you. The volunteer fire service in general across the United States has seen such a slump in volunteerism in general. But the passion of a volunteer firefighter, the reward of being able to help your neighbor it's just an unbelievable thing to behold. You know, that feeling of satisfaction when you're able to help someone in a medical emergency, or you're there on the side of the road when they're having their worst day, and things just come out for the good for them, it's very rewarding. It's such a small percentage of each community that actually volunteers. You know, our community of Airport Sargo, we got the second largest population amongst the 10 volunteer fire departments in Daviess County, but we only have about 30 firefighters. 30 volunteer firefighters out of not close to 9,000 individuals that live in our district. It's amazing that we only have that many. Right. Your neighbors helping neighbors, you're doing what you do to protect your community, and you always got to go back and ask yourself, what if nobody showed up? What if nobody showed up? You know, you take a rural community like we're standing in tonight in St. Joe, that's a long way for an ambulance to get out here. What if an EMT didn't show up? What if we weren't there to make that emergency, urgent interdiction to help save something? It's a good question to ask yourself.